Today I am making some really fun Halloween DIYs that turned out super cute but very inexpensive using Dollar Tree items. I am diving straight into this first DIY. I was super excited to pick up these mini little buckets from Dollar Tree. I think these are the most adorable little Halloween buckets. I love them so much. So I knew I had to come up with a decor piece that I could display these on. My girls went crazy over them as well. So I wanted to make a cute little stand, kind of like a little Halloween scale that I think turned out really cute. So I needed a base, so I took off that metal feather because I've had that on hand for a long time. And then I needed a piece of wood. Now you could use a dowel rod, but the ones I had, especially from Dollar Tree, were just very thin and wouldn't be very sturdy for this. So I had this great idea to use a canvas because that's all I had to use wood on this project. So I'm using a pair of my little shear clippers and I trim off the edge of that canvas piece. I did cut the canvas itself off with a razor knife or a utility knife, and I do save those. People ask a lot what I do with those, but me and my girls paint on them, or I can use them for other projects. They're just always handy to keep. And then I go ahead and assemble this. I did use hot glue, but if you have anything else, I feel like it would hold it up a lot better. This is still holding up very nicely, so it did work for me, but like I said, I would recommend like a wood glue or something stronger, especially on that metal plate at the bottom. And then to hang the little pumpkins off there, I do use some little hooks. I'm just holding it up there to see how I want everything to kind of put it all together. I was worried about the dowel rod or the piece of wood that I used tipping over, so I did wrap it in a little bit of nautical rope so that it would have a larger base. And then I knew I needed some type of sign to hang on it so it would be a little bit more decorative. I had picked up these Happy Halloween stickers, these little wooden stickers from Target. They were only $1 for a pack of 3. It just says adhesive wood shapes. I thought they were really inexpensive and grabbed them because I knew I could use these. So this was perfect. I needed like a smaller, longer sign that I could put along the front of this, but I did want it to just pop off of this project. So I do go ahead and distress it with some white, just acrylic paint. I wanted this to just pop off of this sign, so I did go ahead and paint a large popsicle stick so I can cover that because the Happy Halloween is cut out and you'll be able to see through it, and I wanted it to have a nice solid base. And the dowel rod that I'm going to be putting it on isn't very wide, so I am putting that on that popsicle stick for a backing. And then I screwed hooks into another little piece of the canvas that I cut about the same size that I can put the opposite direction and attach it to the top of my little post. So this worked out perfect. I screwed the little hooks in there, painted that black, and then added this little sign in between them, and it turned out really, really cute like this. If you didn't have these Target stickers, you could definitely just take a popsicle stick and write yourself your own little Happy Halloween on there. Use stickers or vinyl or anything that you have. You definitely could substitute. And then like I said, I am just putting this together with hot glue, but I do think that wood glue would work really nice right here when gluing these two pieces of wood together. And then I'm able just to hang off these adorable little pumpkins and just make this really cute little display. It's kind of like a scale, but you could put little candies or anything lightweight in the pumpkins and just make it really adorable. I I've never really been into any kind of scary Halloween decor, so all of my stuff is more on the cute, fun side of Halloween, but I do enjoy like cauldrons and like little witches. I think they're really cute just for fun, and I picked up this cauldron with the little witch's feet sticking out of it from Dollar Tree, but I wanted this to look more like a little realistic cauldron because I have this little ceramic witch that I picked up from Walmart last year and I love it so much, so I thought it would be fun to make something to go along with that. So I did trim off the little feet, but I'll definitely save these for another project. They were too cute to waste. So I trimmed those off and sand down the cauldron, and then I needed a stand, and I have a million of those pumpkins on the stand, or at least 5 or 6 extra that I'm not going to be using right now. So I stole one of the bases from there and it worked perfect. So I think it's going to hold this up really nice and straight. And then I needed to paint this black, so I am using some acrylic. I'm just using what I have on hand. I love using chalk paint, but I love to use my acrylic too, so I just grab whatever I can, and I do paint this solid black, but then add in a little bit of extra detail using some white acrylic paint. I wanted this to look a little bit more rounded and just have some highlights in it, so I use my white acrylic. I know it's hard to see on camera, but I go ahead and just give this a streak effect by rubbing it all over the cauldron, and I think this always makes projects just pop off by giving them the extra detail. And then while my paint is already dipped in black, I'm going to go ahead and paint the base so that it does match my cauldron. To decorate the front of this little cauldron, I picked up some of these window clings from Dollar Tree. This one that says double double toil and trouble, I thought it would be perfect on there, and it's about the right length. But if you put it on the cauldron, it does, like the black of the cauldron shines through, and I didn't like that. I really wanted to keep its neon orange color and pop off of the black, so I do go ahead and Mod Podge it down on just a piece of white paper. You can see I'm trying to go ahead and just reuse the paper I'm already using that I painted on top of. I get that all smoothed down and then go ahead and Mod Podge it on top of the cauldron.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't get around, but there's something about you I like, about you I like.
Make sure to always measure whenever you are placing down stickers like this. I did get it a little bit crooked, and I do have to kind of offset my cauldron a little bit on its base so that it doesn't look completely crooked, but then I do go ahead and Mod Podge over the entire thing. And then I felt like it was just really flat and needed some texture and 3D things going on, so I found this orange twine that I already had on hand. I thought it was perfect. It coordinates really nice with the little decal that I put on the front. I wrap it around the top a few times and then picked out some little buttons to pop off of there. If you don't like the buttons, I figured they wouldn't be for everyone, but I go ahead and glue some up in the corner. I almost used a green one. I thought that would be really cute, but I decided just to keep it black and simple and make it just a little extra detail. And then I hot glued it down in the base, like I said, just a little bit offset so it makes up for the sticker being crooked, but I think it turned out really cute overall. Nobody else will ever notice it, probably just me, but I think it is really cute and exactly what I wanted to pair with this beautiful little witch. Next up, I have a really fun project. I personally love this one so much. I wanted to make like a set of 3 like hinged little decor pieces. You'll see what I mean, but I am using these little 4x6 glass decor pieces. I guess they're kind of more toward a younger or a kid's room, but I didn't like the images on there, so I'm using a razor blade and go ahead and scrape off everything that was on there. I remove the hangers and go ahead and clean the glass really good. If you didn't like the blue, because I am going to paint over the frames with the black and then distress it, and I don't mind that little blue color popping through. I think it's actually cute and gives it more of that cute Halloween decor that I'm going for. But if you didn't like that, I would look for something that had a black frame, because these are like really slick plastic and would be hard to just cover 100%, but I go ahead and try to cover them the best I can. And then I didn't mind it getting on the glass because I was able just to take my razor blade after it dried and scrape off the black paint that I did accidentally get on the glass. The glass does not come out, so that's what makes these so tricky to paint, but I just did the best I can. I let them completely dry on the front and then flipped them over and tried to do the back, and then like I said, just scratched off any extra because it was too hard to try to cover with painter's tape. So you can see after I use my sandpaper, more of that blue shows through, but I am going to be matching it with some of these window clings that I thought were colorful and bright, so I thought they just coordinated really nice together. I found these adorable little potion bottle window clings from Dollar Tree, and I love the two on the edges, and I wanted, I didn't like the other ones for the center, so I picked this one out, and it was made to lay on its side, so I had to cut off the little liquid that was coming out of it, and I go ahead and just make it try to match as close as I could, and then I had to steal the little cork from another little potion bottle so that I was able to use this one. And even though it has these stars all over this paper and it's the same material like the window cling, they are not cut out, so I just had to cut them out myself because I thought they would be really cute to put these on both sides to kind of fill in the blank spaces that I have on both sides of these little bottles. I wanted these to kind of be like a little tri-fold standing piece and hinge together without using actual real metal hinges. I definitely knew that hot glue wasn't going to hold those together, so I wanted something a little bit less chunky. So I thought about using these pom-poms, and they worked out really great. I thought if I had some kind of ribbon, I was going to originally put ribbon in there to hold them together, and then these were just laying in the pile, and I thought this would be a really cool way because you would kind of be able to see them, but a unique little way to connect them together without having to just hot glue a solid piece of ribbon in between them. So you can see I just did it on one side and then put hot glue on the pom-poms and pressed them together, and then did the same for the third little frame, and just really let these completely dry before you try to pick them up. But this just makes a cute little set. It is definitely more on the cute side, but definitely something that I love and would be more my style. For this next project, I'm using one of these wooden frames, decor pieces from Dollar Tree. These are definitely one of my favorite pieces to work with because the back comes out really easy. You don't have to try to cut something down and fit it in between the sides, but it is intentionally made to come out, so it works perfect. And then I loved these little pot holders. I thought they had beautiful decor on them already. They had a few different styles. So I decided to cut one out. Here I've already did it just to make sure that it cut out really nicely and it wasn't hard or it wasn't stuck to the pot holder itself, but it came off really nicely. And then I needed a backing. You could definitely opt to paint this, but I have this gorgeous Halloween fabric that I picked up from Walmart, and it's actually iron-on, so it's really stiff. It's already kind of got like a bonded fabric behind it, so perfect to use for crafting. So I did go ahead and choose to use that in the backing by Mod Podging that down, and because I knew I would never be able to cut it, I decided to Mod Podge it down first and then cut off any excess later. I I was only able to cut it out of that oven mitt really sloppy, so I knew I needed to square it up. I'm using this little square that I picked up from Amazon, but like I said, Dollar Tree has these in metal a lot, but if you need one, I'll link this down below. But just go ahead and lay that on there, and using my rotary cutter, I also got questions about that. I picked up this set from Walmart. It was a pair of scissors with this little cutter tool, which was a perfect combo, and it was really cute. It had little cactuses on it, and then Mod Podged that after I got it all cut out straight on top of the fabric. I had to straighten it up a little bit after I got it in the frame. It wasn't exactly center, so I went ahead and centered it. And then you could just stop there because I think it's really pretty, but I wanted it just to pop off a little bit extra. I'm always adding details and can't stop whenever I'm crafting. So I had picked up this pom-pom ribbon from Walmart, and I've had it for quite a while. I remember using it on a Valentine DIY, so I love getting ribbons like this in white that you can use all year. But I go ahead and add a thin piece of, or a thin stripe of hot glue down, and then just run this around the edge of that, and I just feel like it really just makes it pop off and make it more of like a cutesy piece. And then this pot holder had some font in white that just wasn't popping off or popping out, so you'd be able to read it all. So I did take a Sharpie and go ahead and go over all of that font. But just for a couple bucks, I feel like this is a cute little piece that just adds that perfect pop of orange and a perfect add-in to your everyday Halloween decor. And then for the last DIY, this is a super simple, quick, easy fix. It's kind of like a makeover. I wanted to create, my Dollar Tree had a whole box full of these lanterns, like tons of them, and I knew I wanted to do something with them. I've seen them at a few Dollar Trees recently, so I knew I was hoping everyone had plenty of these that they could use. So I wanted to find a fun way to dress this up. Dollar Tree has out some really pretty orange and black ribbons, so that's what you can use. I opted to go with this little orange ribbon with the stitching around the edges, and then this black and burlap ribbon came from Walmart. I went ahead and tied some really cute little bows to stack up, but really what makes this, I thought, really cute was if you take a Sharpie, you can draw out a little pumpkin. I started with a Sharpie, but I ended up trading it out for a paint marker because you was able to see through the Sharpie. So this is me using the paint marker now, but I go ahead and just make a little pumpkin in 3 different sections so that the light will shine through, and hot glue my ribbons, and then I wrap the base with that same little polka dot ribbon to give it extra detail. Like I said, just a super quick 5-minute craft to be a cute little lantern that you could put in a tiered tray or on a table, but I thought it was really fun to dress up and make more decor for Halloween. I had so much fun putting together these Halloween DIYs for you guys. Let me know in the comments down below which one was your favorite. If you are working on Halloween DIYs right now, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you are subscribed if you love DIYing and crafting. Let me know what kind of video you want to see next and when you want me to start Christmas DIYs, because I think that sounds so fun. So thank you all so much for watching once again, and I'll see you next time. Happy crafting. Bye.